Hi, welcome to Money Confidence. I'm Crystal Oculee, the Chief Financial Strategist here at Confidence Wealth. And every week I try to bring a topic to you that is talked about and seems to be really the important conversational piece in my meetings. So, of course, one of the most important things that I always talk about in every meeting, and it seems to be on everyone's mind, is Social Security benefit. And usually the question is always revolving around when's the best time for me to turn it on? And should I delay it as much as possible, as late as possible? So during this quick little video, I'm not going to talk about all the different parts of Social Security and tax consequences and everything that goes with it, right? That is going to be done in a webinar, and I have plenty of education that you can take a look at. So if you're interested, please feel free to go ahead and go to any of the video educational pieces that we have done to learn about that in detail. What I'm just going to focus on is the basic question that everybody really wonders about most of the time is when's the best time to turn it on? Is it at early retirement, which is 62? Is it at full retirement? For some of you, it might be 66 or 67. Or is it going to be at maximum, which is 70? So some of the reasons that I hear people turning it on earlier is always because they're afraid that the fund is going to run out. So one of the things you really want to be careful about is doing things based on catastrophic events. So saying I'm going to turn on my benefits because it may go away later is like saying I'm going to not go outside of my house because I may get in a car accident. Anything is possible, anything can happen, but we have to be realistic. Yes, there is issues with the fund. Yes, it says at some point they can pay 76% of the obligation, but they're also working on areas to improve that by trying to delay Social Security, the maximum age. At some point, I bet you anything, for some of the younger generation, it will be pushed back to 70 instead of 67 or 66. And then they're looking also to tax, everyone, no matter what amount of Social Security they're taking out, if you're especially in a high income bracket. So, for example, even Warren Buffett, 15% of his Social Security benefits are not taxed. So obviously you can afford it. So they're looking at doing things like that to make adjustments. So I would say stay away from making the decision based on catastrophic. So let's focus more on when would be the best time for you. Everyone is going to be different. Your situation is not going to be like your neighbor's situation or your coworker's situation or somebody else that told you, hey, I turned it on at 66. It was the best decision for me. It's going to depend on all the other sources of your income. So, example, do you have a pension? Do you have rental property? Do you have IRA money, non-qualified dividends? Where is the rest of your income coming from? And in a combination of all of that, meeting your retirement goals and expenses, when would be the best time to plug in Social Security? The reason it works that way as piece of the puzzle is that's where you determine how to maximize it and the customization that has to do for you. Because if you really calculate it on its own, well, the answer for everyone would be turn it on as late as possible, unless you know you're going to expire earlier. So no one knows when they're going to expire. So it's really a matter of we don't know. For everyone, longevity is going to be a little different. So you really can't look at Social Security and say the best decision is to delay it all the time. So in some cases, we have seen people that even have longevity. It made sense to turn on the benefit at 66 versus 70. Or sometimes it made sense for one spouse to turn it on at 62 and the other one at 68, not even necessarily 70. So it really truly matters according to your particular situation. It's taking that piece of the puzzle, looking at the longevity. So for everyone's different. Example, for some people we look at 90, for some people 95. Someone may say I like to look at 85. And then you look at when would be the break-even point, when they maximize on turning it on at what time, at what age, and how it makes a difference for them specifically. And that's a great way to be able to really then make that decision. And one of the things that I don't want anyone to do is to jump into making a decision without having those numbers. So running a Social Security maximization report is very important. That's something that we do for our clients on a regular basis, especially on their annual reviews or whenever they're thinking about retirement and they want to run some numbers. If you are friends or family of our clients and you're listening and you never had a maximization ran before for you and you have other assets and other income, it would make sense to run that. We'll be happy for you to reach out and see what we can do and when we can run that for you. Now, remember, if your only source of income is Social Security and you have no other assets, then the answer is always going to be delay it as long as possible, because that has no effect on any other sources of income or assets. So for that particular person, it would be different. But as we always talk about, our clients have multiple different revenues of a stream and assets, and that's why it's really important to run those numbers in conjunction with everything else to see when's the best time. After running over, I don't even know at this point, 1,000 different formulas, I have seen it is different for everyone, and you really want to make sure you look at it holistically. Until next time, if you think of anything else or any other topic you want to talk about, please be sure to reach out. Have a great one.